Well, hello everybody. So here in front of me I have two stacks of VCRs. So the stack on the left are VCRs that I'm going to either bring to the recycling center or sell. They are VCRs that I'm getting rid of, and some of them are working and some not. And the stack on the right are VCRs that I'm going to give to the VCR King because we are going to meet, me and the VCR King, in less than 2 weeks. So on September 20, he is going to be coming right here, and so that's going to be fun. And we will have some a lots of VCRs to exchange basically. So we're going to do a trade, and so in this video now I will explain every VCR that you see here, what I'm going to do with them. So I'm going to start with the VCRs that I'm giving to the VCR King. So the one on top is my Toshiba M659, and this one I'm not actually really giving it to him. It's actually I'm doing an exchange because we decided that I'm going to exchange this VCR to him for his Hi8 VCR. So he has a EV-C200 Sony Hi8 VCR that he found at a thrift store, and he would like to exchange it to me for this Toshiba M659. So this is a Toshiba VCR with a rare special mechanism, and he really wants that mechanism, so he's getting it. And I prefer having the Hi8 VCR, so that is great. His Hi8 VCR, I think he's decided to give it to me because he knows that it will be in good hands, and I'm going to hold on to it. So and he knows that it's going to be enjoyed a lot. So that is something great. And then below it there is another Toshiba VCR. So this Toshiba VCR with a mechanism that I now have two of them because I just got a VCR that have a special function, and it has this mechanism too, so I don't need to keep the other VCR. So this one is because I just got this VCR with the TV still function, so I'm keeping this one instead of this one. And this one is a mechanism that the VCR King would like to have, so he's getting it. And it's fully functional, this VCR. So a pretty cool VCR with a real time counter. And then another Toshiba VCR. And so that's funny because I'm giving him three Toshiba VCRs, and I had already gave him two Toshiba VCRs last year when we met. So it was in June 2018, just a little over a year ago. And there was a Toshiba VCR just like this one that I gave to him, and then and there was also my Toshiba Z2060, which had the older version of this mechanism. So unfortunately, these VCRs broke when he had them, so he no longer has them. So unfortunately, these two VCRs, Toshiba, that I gave to the VCR King last year, they developed some issues after he got them. So now that's funny because I'm giving him three Toshiba VCRs after having given him already two of them. And so this other one, it's a Toshiba Beta VCR, and it's fully functional. And the reason why I have this one to give to him is because, back in June this year, I bought a Toshiba Beta VCR, and I knew that the VCR King, I already knew that the VCR King it was one of the VCRs that he wants the most. He really wants a Toshiba Beta VCR. And then by chance, not long after, I found another Toshiba Beta VCR for sale on Kijiji, and it was this one. So I decided to buy it so I can give it to him. And so I have it, and it's basically the same thing as the other one. It's just a different model, but I've already reviewed it, and the inside looks exactly the same as the one I have. So a fully functional Toshiba Beta VCR for the VCR King. Then here there is this Sanyo VHR 9401. This VCR has a mechanism that the VCR King would like to have, and so I decided to offer it to him because I'm not using this VCR very often, and this is not a VCR I care the most about. And so good thing this VCR is fully functional, and so he's getting it. Then there is this Sanyo VHR 1300. This one I wasn't using it very often, and I'm giving it to him for the same reason as this Sanyo. And then on the bottom, last but not least, that I'm giving to him is this JVC HR D142U. So he wanted this VCR mechanism, and it's pretty rare to find, and I was not using it very often also, and it's fully functional. I decided to give it to him, so it's better leaving it to him because he's going to enjoy it a lot, and I was not using it very often anymore. So now we will take a look at the VCRs and the VHS camcorder that I'm getting rid of. So first, this Hitachi VHS camcorder that I bought last year, over about a year and a half ago. It's again because I was not using it very often. This camcorder, so I decided to not keep it because yeah, I have other camcorders now, and I prefer having these small tips camcorders instead of this big one. I just prefer the other ones, and I wasn't using it often. And it's fully functional, except that the fact that sometimes when you eject the tape, it will slightly chew it, and this will happen only sometimes. But otherwise, it records and plays tapes perfectly, and also rewinds. So I'm going to try to sell it on Kijiji. It's already been listed on Kijiji for a little while, but nobody bought it yet. So if nobody buys it in a while, I'm going to lower the price, and then if nobody buys it, I will donate it to the thrift store, to Value Village. Then there's this Sharp VCH 944. Again, I wasn't using it anymore a lot, so why not getting rid of it to make space, to make room. And so this one is fully functional, and I'm going to try to sell it on Kijiji. Then there's this feature FVH C4100. It works not bad since I have replaced the alert IR, but it's not really reliable, and it does not even have a fast forward rewind button on the front. So this VCR is a basic VCR that does not have really a good value. So I will evaluate if it works enough for me to sell it or donate it, and I might do that, or I might bring it to the recycling center. And here there is this Zenith VR 4911, and this VCR, I got it in 2013, and this VCR, the mechanism works well, but the picture does not work well, so it's not really a VCR that is worth keeping. So why not getting rid of it to make room? Again, this one, and I'm probably going to bring it to the recycling center, this one, because I can't sell it or donate it because the video does not work well. So it does not deserve anything else to be than to be thrown at the recycling center. There is here this Magnasonic VCR. I will keep it, this VCR. The mechanism is functional, but the video does not, so it's going to the recycling center. Maybe it will be smashed while I will be with the VCR King. And the reason why is because the VCR King is giving me a Datron VCR with the same mechanism, which is a Daewoo mechanism. And so I don't need to keep this one. The VCR that is giving me has this same mechanism, and it's fully functional. I think the picture works too, so it will be replacing this one. Here there is this Fisher FVH 825 that I bought last year with the VCR King at a Goodwill store, and this one, the mechanism works, but the video doesn't. And again, I am not using it often, and this again is not really worth keeping because it's not functional. It's not perfectly functional. Then there is this Hitachi VCR here from the mid-80s that I bought at Value Village not long ago. The one that the drum does not start up, so I'm going to bring it to the recycling center. And finally, there is the Series Beta Vision VCR. This one is not really worth keeping because the video does not work well, and the mechanism has some troubles too. Well, actually it works better now that the VCR King replaced the tire. But I highly prefer the Toshiba. Actually, here, this is my Toshiba that I'm keeping. So this one's fully working too, and so I highly prefer this Toshiba and also this Sony here, and this more basic Sony here. I prefer those over this Beta Vision. And so what will most likely happen soon is that I will be shipping this VCR to the Beta Maxman, just like I did with my Sony SL HF900, because I offered this to him, and he accepted to have it shipped to him and paying the shipping. So he's getting it for the cost of the shipping, this VCR. So this will most likely happen. And so now that's pretty much it for this video, guys. So I just wanted to do a little update to you about these VCRs. And so you might expect to see some videos about these VCRs in like pretty soon. Like I'm going to like revisit them and like do updates about them, and just before I get rid of those. And so finally, I can't wait for September 20th, when I will be meeting the VCR King here. And so that's going to be fun. And what we're going to do is we will obviously make VCR videos, and well, we will just play with VCRs. We will be going to all the thrift stores in my city. So there's not a lot, there's not as many as in his area, but we will be doing all of them. So there's 3 Value Village stores, there's a Salvation Army, and then there's this flea market mall that we are going to go. So that's pretty much all the places that I go in my city to find VCRs. And we will be going to all these places. And he will probably do some vlogs when this will happen. So he will have his camera with him while we will be in the thrift stores. And so that's the videos that you're going to see. And there's also other stuff that I'm planning to do with him. I don't know, we'll find a lot of stuff to do, and we might play some video games and visit my city and like my area, and just a bunch of stuff. So that's going to be fun. And well, I'll see you later for another video, which will most likely be about one of these VCRs. So see you, bye for now.